What up, though, y'all? Shashawn Renee here from Shashawn Renee Designs, where I encourage women to love on themselves without feeling guilty or selfish through journal writing. Today is the day that we check on ourselves and to see how we've taken care of ourselves this week. So get your journal, your pen, and your snack, and let's check on ourselves. Okay, so as a reminder, self-care is not selfish, it's not a reward, it's not an option, and it's not the same for everybody. But self-care is important. It's what brings you joy. It can be very something that you do every single day because you have to. So if you have to pick something for your self-care, pick something that you do every day and make it fun, because that's what self-care is. It's a feeling of comfort, satisfaction, and happiness. So this week we focused on our practical self-care. And practical self-care is a task that you do that fulfill a core aspects of your life in order to prevent further stressful situations. So this could be creating a budget, taking a professional development course. It can be organizing your closet, making a to-do list. The list can go on and on. So now it's time to write in our journal. I'm going to be using the Discover Me journal, and it has a page where you can actually check in on yourself. So we're going to fill that out together. If you don't have your copy of this Discover Me journal, you can get it on Amazon, and I will share a link with you guys to show you how to get it. But let's get started. The first box is this week's goal. So of course, this week's goal, we were working on our practical self-care. So you can write what you wanted to accomplish or what you accomplished, being that it happened already. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a second to fill out that. And the next box is the best thing that happened this week. So whatever made you happy this week, whatever made you feel good this week, did you get some good news? Did you accomplish anything? And what's good about your week? And our next box is this week I feel. How do you feel about the week overall? Okay, our next box is this week's affirmation. And this week, I have been using my son's affirmation. He says his affirmations every morning after he washed up for the day. And his affirmation is, happy thoughts create happy feelings, so I will have a positive attitude. So what is your affirmation? Okay, and our next box is this week's self-care. What self-care did you do this week for yourself? Already happened. What did you do? Okay, and our next box is next week I will. Now, next week, our focus is our mental self-care. And that's anything that stimulates your mind. It could be reading a book. It can be listening to a podcast. It could be doing a puzzle. Just something to stimulate your mind and your intellect. So that's what we're going to work on next week. So I'll give you guys a second to fill out or just to think about what you're going to do next week. Now it's time to write our journal entry. This week's topic is 10 things I love about me. Okay, so take 5 minutes and write a list of 10 things that you love about yourself. Okay, so I know I sped up the clock, but I wanted to go ahead on and get started with next week's check-in, because I feel like if we write it down beforehand, it will give us the opportunity to know what we want to do and easily accomplish those goals. Okay, so again, we're gonna go to our new page, and we're going to write next week's goal. So this week's goal would be, and we're focusing on our mental self-care. So for me, I'm going to read a book. I want to read a book, and I don't know which one I want to read yet, but I will let you guys know if I decide to read a book. And I also got a diamond puzzle that I've been wanting to get to. So I'm going to do that this week too. Those are my two goals. Those are my two goals. Or should it be this week's self-care? I don't know. It may be both. But those are my goals. Okay? And this week's affirmation, for this week, my affirmation is going to be, I give myself permission to do what's right for me. That's my affirmation for next week. I give myself permission to do what's right for me. So I want you guys to put in the comments what your affirmation is for next week. And if you want, you can fill in this week's self-care. So if you already got an idea of what you want to do for self-care this week, go ahead, write it in now, so that way you can see that what it is that you want to do, and you can strive to do that for this week. And that's it, y'all. We checked in on ourselves. We made sure that we getting done for us what we need to get done. If you didn't, it's okay. Just do it for next week, or do it today. No, you don't gotta wait. Do it today. Do it right now. So I will see you guys next week for our check-in. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.